Hello everyone. Today is a special day as we celebrate International Women's Day, a day dedicated to recognize the achievements and contributions of incredible women around the world. And what better way to mark this occasion than by having a chat with a remarkable global tech leader who has left an immense mark on the tech industry. I'm thrilled to welcome a true powerhouse, someone who wears many hats, Nisha Paliwal, ma'am. Nisha ma'am is the managing VP of Enterprise Data Technology at Capital One. Currently, she's not just shaping the tech landscape at Capital One, she is an advocate for diversity, a mentor, and a driving force behind initiatives like Women in Tech. Her journey from microbiology to tech is a testament to her resilience and commitment to learning. Today, on this Women's Day, let's dive into conversation with Nisha Paliwal, a true inspiration in the world of tech leadership. I'm pleased to welcome you, Nisha ma'am.
Thank you, Rajeev. It's a pleasure to be with this audience. It feels like I am home today. So thank you so much for having me.
Good, ma'am. I'm sure that the message from you will definitely drive a strong message to the Indian women, especially that, women are leading in tech as well.
Looking forward, Rajeev.
Okay. So to start, we'd love to hear how you got started in tech. Okay. How did you get to where you are now? Means, today you're leading at Capital One. Means, how it all happened.
Yeah. So maybe start with reverse. For those audience who don't know Capital One, it's a leading bank in United States. It's a Virginia-based bank, but we are less of a bank, more of a technology company. So we provide, of course, all sorts of banking services, credit card, debit card, auto loans, commercial loans, small business to our customers. So what we do, I am doing here currently, I'm building data platforms for the company. So think about how we bring the data, all the data management tricks that we do, storing the data, consuming the data. So it's a huge team of 1,000 plus engineers, data engineers, software engineers in my team. And we are building this platform for Capital One. So that's what I do currently. This is my 9th year at Capital One, but I have rotated in multiple roles within Capital One, but all in technology. So I've shaped card technology before this, small business bank before that, and finance tech as well within the company. How I got started, Rajeev, that'll take us through the rest of the day today. So in very short, I did master's in microbiology, but I had to stay in this small town, hopefully our audience knows, Jaipur, very close to New Delhi, where you are, for my mom's health, which is where my mom is even today. And I didn't find anything microbiology when I did my master's at that time. So it was an accidental into tech. And I had self-taught. I'm a self-taught engineer, as I call it. So I learned a lot of languages in the early on, C++ and many other things. And then just kept learning, Rajeev. That has been my journey. 98, I came to this country. I started SQL Server here for the first time. Those of us who know the stack, it's like I'm dating myself now. But it's a constant learning. And recently, of course, has been data, artificial intelligence, and many other things. So it's the constant drive to learn the new tech and apply that to the context I'm in.
Great. Means, with no such background, you learn, you're a self-learning person. And this is kind of inspiration I'd like to pass to my audiences. And this is to hear about your initial days. Moving to my next part, okay, what perceptions did you have about being a woman in tech or working in the public sector before you joined the industry? And how has your perspective changed since then?
Yeah, I would not lie to our audience, but 98, when I came here, it was really tough to grow up as a woman in tech. You had to really speak up for your career aspirations, find great mentors and coaches and sponsors who will support you. I have been very fortunate. Most of my managers in this country from 1998, first being Rod Rapp, hopefully he'll listen to this video. He's still a great mentor. And then, Keith Randazzo at Bank of America, then Diane Lai and Mark Matheson. I have been very fortunate that my mentors have always surrounded me with the right career advisors. So it's been a journey. And now I'm on a journey to give back. because I have learned quite a bit of these tricks, especially in corporate America, not in India because I'm not there. But I think it's about asking for what you want, Rajiv, on the career, and then surrounding yourself with the right mentors and coaches.
Yeah, that's right. Means, you are very fortunate to have, such kind of, mentor or the leader who guided you for such kind of destiny, which we can see today, the hard work and all the learning you had. It's really inspiring, ma'am. So, each and every message what you are sharing with my audiences will definitely inspire the emerging, women power in India, especially, because we understand you, though you live in US, but you understand how India is growing, especially women empowerment. So thanks for sharing such a valuable message to my audiences. Moving to next part of my queries, which is you need to be a continuous learner, okay, in this space, given the rapidly evolving tech space, because it's changing very quickly. And how do you stay ahead of the curve and ensure your team is well equipped with the latest data, trends, and insights? How do you manage that?
Yeah, no. So, like I said, it's a constant learning and data. I embarked on this journey March 22. While I've done technology for several years, I found data is so vast and varied from a tech stack perspective. So we are Capital One, of course, is 100% AWS shop. So it's a very cloud native set of technologies. And before the recording began, you were talking, Rajiv, about our connection into storage, right? I mean, again, AWS storage is a huge part of that data ecosystem, but every stack is quite complicated and very niche. So what you do is, I'm fortunate, I work for Capital One, where we have a training college inside the company. So I get educated, my crew get educated. So when we began this cloud journey, we took AWS certifications to begin with, right? So this learning is, you will hear that constant theme. And then the second thing I'll tell you is, I constantly learn from the market. So there are a lot of people, beacons out there, whether India or Germany or US, wherever you find people who are doing this well, learn from them. Because again, you see that in action, you find those beacons and make sure you are constantly learning from them. And third thing I do here is I do almost like an emerging company summit constantly, right? So we bring like thought leaders and, from the industry and bring like, hey, what are the latest trends? What should we be looking at? And I constantly listen to their podcast, constantly bring them in the forum, different forums, so we can see like what's happening and then slowly adopt. So we practice agile here, which is, constant learning and constant letting it fail, because experimentation is a big part of how you learn and move forward.
Yeah, true. Means, whatever the resources you're finding around, you'll have to dig out that, like, you talked about the conferences or, leader listening to podcasts and in a tech world where we are living today, it's very easy to find those stuff and we can be very powerful by learning those, listings. Rightly said, ma'am. Even we do such kind of, search per day that what's newly coming in our industry, in India, what is happening. So what you share, attending different events, conferences. So that is the things, we all should consider about, being part of all networking events like this, where we can gain some insights and information. Right. Now, you have also spoken about having ABC, which is authenticity, bold, caring framework. So can you tell us a bit about that, how it applies in your leadership of data teams?
Yeah, so this is a framework I have applied almost, I would say, most of my leadership career. Leading such a large organization, Rajiv, one of the things I found is this word authenticity, right? And I don't know if you can tell or not. Like, I never wear makeup. There's only one time in my life I wore makeup. That is on my wedding, right? So it's
It
like,
doesn't seem now, sorry to say, but it doesn't seem even now.
yeah. Yeah, so Rajiv, I think this authenticity is like
Yeah.
very close to my heart. Like, I want to be who I am, and for people like, and if you're not, like, people really quickly see that, right? So I tell my own stories. I be like amongst my people and make sure at the nth level of organization that I can connect with people, right? Connect with them and be that the like who I am from outside is seen, even inside and outside, right? So that's the authenticity part. Bold and courageous is yet another. So all my childhood, my dad moved us from place to place. He was working for UCO Bank. He and my mom are still in Jaipur, but we used to move every 2.5 years, Rajiv, in India, right? Or everywhere I have been, Rajasthan, Calcutta, Chennai, Mumbai, right? One thing I learned is like change is constant. So this bold and courageous part is how do I challenge the status quo? So many times when I take the teams, there is a certain architecture that's happening. I always question, like, is this the right way? Can we morph it? And again, previous question, when I have learned from the industry there are better ways to do, then how do I bring that? So bold and courageous part is raising the hand and saying, hey, this is not the right way to do it, and what is the new way to do it? So always finding newer ways to get better, and really coaching and inspiring my team to do the same so that we can achieve better results for our businesses, right? Because why does technology exist? Technology exists to make something better in the business, right? And achieve those business results. So that's been the framework I have adopted for a long time now.
Fortunate to have, Miss, I interviewed you and I came to know about this ABC, and I'll share with my colleague also that, we should also, consider these things are really, valuable assets to our, growth journey. So thanks, ma'am. It's really interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now it's not often I got the opportunity to sit down with the executives turned authors, which is my next part of queries which I'll ask. You recently released The Secrets of AI Value Creation. What was your motivation for writing this book, and what are the key takeaways? But first of all, I would like to congratulate you. I have gone through some of the part of the online, whatever the things are, stats are available. It's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to read this book also.
Yeah, in fact, just yesterday, Rajiv, our editor Shesh, who's in India, hopefully he will listen to this, received their book. So Amazon India is now got the copy. So for your readers and for yourself, if you can, pick up the copy. Yeah. So what inspired me? Again, probably not a surprise for those who are listening carefully. Learning. So I started on this journey of learning ML and AI about 18 months ago. Frankly, I did not know the topic well. So guess what I did first? I took the AWS ML certification. That was the first thing I did. But after I did the certification, I was fortunate to come across these two Germans who are also co-authors to this book, Michael and Will, who invited me. Michael invited me to be a co-author. And I was like, I'm not an author. What are you talking? He said, no, you bring your practical experience. And when I read the script that they had, I'm also an engineer. So open source is a big part of the culture community that believe in, right? Because a lot of people are contributing to code base these days, right? So I asked them, can we get contributors from the industry? And I am so thrilled, Rajiv. If you pick the book, every chapter ends with the contributor's reflection from the industry of that chapter, which is just, I don't think I have read any book like that. I read a lot. I read at least 2 books a week. I have not found this kind of a book in the industry, especially on this topic. The reason is artificial intelligence is a new topic for all of us. Even in India, I'm sure we have started talking about this topic. We have to collaborate, right? We have to share what we know about this topic. And so what I have shared, or what we have shared collectively, almost 16, 17 of us, including the editor, is a framework. How should you think about artificial intelligence? From all the way of visioning, right? What does this technology bring to you, artificial intelligence? So vision, which is answering the why and the business objective. Then going into strategy, which is what should we do with that vision? And then architecture and execution. So there are steps of this framework that is described in the book. So it is not the jargon of artificial intelligence or models or anything, but it is more about any businesses, in fact, to your audience, to any business who wants to reap the value from AI should pick up this book and see if this framework can actually help. And then we have created a website where we are all contributing together. So my goal is that we build a community that where we all can share and learn from each other, because that's how humans grow, right? Learning and sharing is a big theme. You will
Yeah.
continue to hear from me.
Right. So means, just a beginning. What we can say, this book is just a beginning that, what you have learned and you want to pass on and you want to create a community which can help each other. And AI will definitely make a change what we are learning as of now. So it's really interesting, and definitely I'll try to grab this copy very soon and I'll let you know my feedback on that, ma'am.
Absolutely. Looking forward to.
So, ma'am, I came to know about, your initial days and everything you passed on so long, more than 2 decades of career. So who has been your strength? Like, the family and the entire thing. If you can share about these things.
Oh, yeah. So I have a very small family back in India. I lost my elder sister about 7, 8 years ago. Actually, Nisha Paliwal, I don't know if you can Google her ever, but she was a trailblazer herself. She was 1 in 25 bike riders of her time. We lost her in a bike accident. But we were very close, 1.5 years. So I used to live in her shadow most of my life. I lived in and lost her. And my parents, who are still in Jaipur. So we are a very small family, I would say. And now I have 2 girls of my own. One is 20, Anya, almost 20, and almost 15, Yashvi, the younger one. And I can tell you, like, they are so inspiring, Rajiv. Like, every day I am just so blessed to have them in my life. And they are here, of course. Anya studies in Case Western Ohio, and Yashvi is still in high school. They are so inspiring in multiple ways. So we three are big into community, like giving back. So we do a lot of nonprofit together. Anya is more into the medical field, and Yashvi is with me on the computer science side. So we do a lot of young girls education in computers, and then of course women's growth and just from a corporate perspective. So that's the family. It's a small family, but very inspiring, and I am very blessed.
See, means, the kind of strength you get from family is is a key for success for all leaders and all human beings. So you're fortunate, man, and I bless, means, my blessings and my wishes for a great, finesse and everything what you are getting within your family, and
Thank you
bless
so
yourself.
much, Rajiv. Thank you.
But now, so you are involved in, few things, where you are supporting, you are connected through some NGOs and you're supporting the women or a person who want to be in this field. How do you working with these NGOs or the organization with whom you're working?
Yeah, so I have 3 that I devote my time to, if volunteer basis and being a board member or advisor, brand ambassadors from them. So one is Bullion Girls, and second is Code VA, which are more of, hey, advisor and brand. They focus on young kids education, so all the way from age 5 and almost 12, 13, they will be part of. Like, my younger one was part of it from very beginning, and then now she's part of giving back to that community. So we have stuff like camps and getting girls, especially the younger girls, and interested. And then Wings for Growth, I'm part of, is I'm a board member, and it's an international NGO which is focusing on women preparing for C-level. So we have a lot of leadership program and Global Mentoring Institute. So if from your audience, if people want to are interested in giving back, again, NGOs is your time and your brains, and is just a very soul fulfilling work that we do. And when we pass them through different mentoring, and they become whatever they become in their life, it's a very satisfying thing to see, Rajiv, in the life. So that's what I do for nonprofit, and spend a lot of my weekend time and evening times on those activities.
Yeah, means, this is also inspiring, because, being responsible for a company in your domain, and on a weekend you are working for these, cause and giving back to society. This will really inspire our audiences. Now, before you leave, I would like to, get a message for all our audiences, that what will be your message, especially on this Women's Day, to the all girls, all the women who are looking to build a career in tech.
Yeah, that's again is a whole day question, but let me summarize my thoughts. One, of course, we have shared a lot about learning and the framework of ABC. Beyond that, I would say is be very intentional with your career. Life is very unpredictable. And of course, after losing my sister, that was testament that life is, we don't know when we are all gone, right? Which is the reality of human life. Be very intentional with your career. Ask for what you need, because many cases women do not stand up and ask for what they need. And surround yourself with people who will elevate you. If you don't find them, don't be a tree with the roots and get stuck there. Move on, right? You will find people who will want to elevate you. You will find people who will want to give you that chance. So find those people in your life, and don't take status quo as an answer, because that's where many of us get stuck. That, at least from my mentoring and coaching, that's what I see, is not being able to be crisply defining what you want from your short and unpredictable life, and who are those people who can help you. So that would be my advice, is constantly look for that, and just keep educating yourself on what do you want to do, and know yourself and your desires.
So, means, there are a lot of things which, my audience can learn from you. And I'm sure that this is just a beginning. I'll keep on talking to you. I'll try to help and connect with the woman or with the person who'd like to know more about what you have learned and what you have gained from your experience. And I'm sure that you can be found on LinkedIn. Even I found you on LinkedIn, and people can search you with your name, Nisha Paliwal, and I'll help you to connect you. So, ma'am, it was a great pleasure talking to you. A lot of information you gave us, and it's not about only inspiring women. We are also inspired from your story, and definitely we'll have a lot of sharing when we meet again, and the kind of response I'll get from this chat, and I'll let you know that what my audience wants to know from you further.
Thank you, Rajiv. Have a wonderful rest of the evening in India. It is so inspiring to talk to you, and the work you are doing, which is spreading the message. Continue doing that, and God bless you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Please take care. We'll connect again very soon. Thank you, ma'am. I'm
All
wishing
right.
you a happy Women's Day as well.
Thank you very
To you,
much, and
to you
wishing.
girls also.
Yes, we'll
Thank you.
pass on the message.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Take care, ma'am.